creating killer ads that sell. And this basically is your results for others. Too many people work at selling stuff. And as actually as humans, we all want to buy stuff, but nobody wants to be sold to, but we want the results. Everything is pretty much what's in it for me. We've all heard that, but that's pretty much how it works. And in constructing your ads, one of the things that I found that works really good for me is just what the results is for others. So that's why we have why we put this together right here, and we'll go over some examples here too. All right, there's two parts to what I call a killer ad. First thing is your headlines. You got to have a good headline, because if they don't open your ad or look at it, then it doesn't do any good. And then the second part is simply the body of the ad, your description, and then your call to action. All right, let's look at your headline. This is your hook. Okay, why does somebody even want to look at your ad? Why do they want to go any further? And it needs to be short and sweet. Too many times we get kind of lost in the weeds and we write too much. We all want to tell everybody everything. I noticed that with people in their elevator speeches. Very, very rarely can somebody tell you what they do in less than 20 words. The headlines should be really quick. I know with MailChimp and some of these other marketing platforms, they say they keep it down underneath 9 words. I really think that really less than that is even better, just a couple. And we'll look at some examples here, but it needs to be really short and sweet. It needs to be very specific. Okay. There is not one size fits all. You need to be very specific on what you're promoting. Punctuation, emojis, and symbols. There's a lot of mixed kind of reviews and opinions on this. It's best not to use a lot of them. You don't really want to look like a cartoon. You want to look professional in your ads. Too many people don't, and they're trying to be cute. I know I've done a lot of that in the past, but you want to use some, but just be aware of what you're doing and how it looks to others. You need to arouse curiosity, so they want to open it up and find out more information. Headlines, huge. That's the first point of contact. A lot of, you've always heard, don't judge a book by its cover. Well, that's not really true. That's the first way they judge a book, is by the cover. And the same thing with your headline. The first way they judge anything of your professionalism, and if they want to do business with you, is by your headline. The second part is the body and the call to action, what you want them to do. And this is their result. What are they going to get out of this? Again, going back to being short and sweet. What are they going to get from doing business with you, and even from reading your ad? Lots of pictures. Pictures are great. They say pictures worth 1,000 words. It's probably way more than that. Some of the best things you can do, some of the best presentations I've seen from some of the best presenters in the world, they use just one picture, or just pictures only and no words. I mean, it's just, it can tell a lot. What are the people getting? You kind of get to the, they're emotional. People like pictures. Features, benefits, what are they actually going to get from it? Why are they coming to you? What's the result going to be? Is it going to be the, solitude of your lake property? What's it going to be? Are they going to be living in, stream front, or whatever it is? Do they like fishing? Do they like hunting? Do they just like hiking? Do they like solitude? Do they like being in the city? Is it what are they looking for? What neighborhoods are they looking for? They be very specific on this, and you narrow down a lot of who you're looking for. Call to action, and how do they get the results you want? How do they get a hold of you? What do you want to give to them? Is it your email address? Is it your just your phone number? You want to be specific on that. Okay, let's look at some examples here. I looked at a few of these just a couple of weeks ago, and you do this for yourself. Just go through and see what you think about some of this. Here's one of them we had: house for sale. Okay. I guess East Dutchtown upper unit. Well, that might be a little better, might be good. I don't know. That very specifically narrows it down much better than house for sale. And then what about secluded stream front bungalow? This gets a little more specific and actually goes right for the result that somebody may be looking for. I would actually consider that maybe a killer headline. And then some of the examples of the body and then the call to action. Okay, house available, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, cash only, come and see it. Well, that's, that's okay. I mean, I don't really consider that great. I don't know if I'd give it a thumbs down, but that's, that's a little more specific than some of them I've seen out there. How about this one here? Upper unit on the east side, move-in ready. The 1st of next month, first and last month's rent plus security deposit equal to 2 months. Call for appointment. Yeah, this might be a little bit better. I consider this one kind of good. A little more specific. You kind of know what you're doing. The people they're going to call, they know what they're looking at and what's required of them and how to get more information. Or how about this one here? This little known paradise is stream front, completely updated, teeming with wildlife, fish in the brook, birds in the air. All that's missing is you. Possible owner financing. Call, text, or email today. This one I consider a little better, possibly killer, because it gets more specific and it really narrows it down to the results that somebody may be looking for. You're also going to exclude people you don't want. Okay, that's very important too. I think one of the things that a lot of people miss is it's not for everybody anyway. Everybody is not your customer. You want to actually exclude more people than you include with your marketing and really with anything you do. The reason people have applications like in college entrance exams and things like that is because they want to exclude more people than they include. Same thing you want to do, the same results you want to have with your marketing, with your ads. Get rid of 90% of the people that are not your customers and only talk to maybe the 10% that are. Okay, let's look at some samples. These are some I just dug out of actually Craigslist, I don't know, just a couple of weeks ago. And you go do this for yourself, but just let's look at some of these. First one was, and these are exact punctuations and everything I pulled out of here. So I just copied and pasted these just so you could see how people write these. Don't wait. Give us a call today. 0.20 acres near the lake. Okay. I don't know what this one here. I don't know what you think of this one. I don't like putting the 0.20 acres near the lake. You don't know what lake. Don't wait. That doesn't really tell me anything. I'm not going to be calling these people today on this little bitty piece of land. One of the things I like to do that instead of something like this, I wouldn't put it in the headline, but in the body, I might put it, 200 foot by, 150 foot or whatever it may be. I might do that. It just sounds better than 0.20. That just don't sound good to me. Farm for lease. Here's another one. I don't know. Would you open the ad based on this headline? I don't know. How about Cosby 9.5 acres land? I guess this is a little more specific. I don't know Cosby, what the area is, but somebody that was looking for something there that might be interesting to them. And how about love to fish? And there's a couple of punctuations. 0.57. There's that 0 again. Acres of land near lake. Tansy, I guess that's specific, plus more. I don't know what you really think of this one. Their punctuation's terrible, if you ask me. It's not written like a headline as far as what I know. Your punctuation, I guess that's okay. Plus more, what does more mean? And I don't know. This is love to fish. I guess you're narrowing it down to people that love to fish. I don't know. You can use your own judgment if you'd open that ad or not. I don't know. How about this one here? Trailers, single wide or double wide, mobile home wanted by me. Well, you know what this guy wants, and probably who he is. And I don't know. This is one I probably would not open. This would probably not be my customer. It may, maybe yours. I don't know. You could go take a look at that and I don't know. You can just see, again, your punctuation. He used spaces even between his parentheses. Is this somebody that knows a lot of good English? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. he does it right that way. This, again, these are headlines. This is what I took right off of Craigslist here. Here's one: Tellico Plains, Tennessee. I guess that narrows it down to where you're at, but what is it? Would that entice you to open up the ad and look for more information? Well, maybe or maybe not. You know, if you're looking for something particular in Tellico Plains, Tennessee, I guess. Again, you know, the 2 digits, the, you know, states names, usually they're capitalized. This is T and a little N. You know, I don't know. Is that a professional person writing this ad? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Would you open it? I don't know. That's up, you know, what do you think? And then how about this one here? Selling 80% of mountaintop vacation condo in the Great Smokies. This one's a little better, maybe. It's very specific on what it is. You know where it is, or what it is pretty much, and what they're doing with it. Great Smoky Mountains, that's a pretty big area. But you know, if you're looking for a vacation place in there, you might be willing to open this ad up and look a little bit more. You know that you'd be getting 80% or up to 80% of a mountaintop condo. If you're looking for something, maybe a timeshare or something, you might open that up to look for a little more detail. All right, let's look at some samples of the bodies and call to action. These are the actual ads that I copy and pasted right from these there, just to show you what other people are doing. 0.57 acres on Dublin Drive in the Breckenridge neighborhood for a low down payment of just $500 down. This could be yours, situated in between Knoxville, Nashville, and Chattanooga. Call, text us for more information. You may go see the property at any time. 314-916-8944. Okay, this one here is kind of specific. Again, I don't like the 0.57 acres. I guess you could do that. There's nothing really wrong with anything like that. I just don't like it. 0 is kind of a negative number to me. This is very specific though. I like the, you know, Dublin Drive, Breckenridge neighborhood. If you know where it is, or you can look that up probably pretty easily. Low down payment of $500. You know exactly what they want. You know, we've talked about this a little bit before and stuff we've talked about. I personally do not like putting $500 down. I like putting low down and seeing what they have to work with. Again, there's no right or wrong. You could do this any way you want. But I know if you say, what my experience is, if you say 500 down, that's what people are going to do. If you just say low down and see what they got to work with. My experience is most people will give you more than what you want. Okay. So if it's not enough, if somebody wants to give you a couple hundred down, then you can make that judgment. But if you say 500 down and let's say they got 300 down, but they're willing to make payments every two weeks instead before they even, you know, get the paperwork going. I mean, there's a lot of different things. Everybody has a different situation. If you do say 500 down though, that's what you're locked into. Nothing wrong with that. I like their call to action here. Call, text us for more information. You can go see the property at any time. This is all really good. It leaves it open. It's real. They took away a lot of the friction points here. There's not a lot of the stuff that, you know, as far as it's easy to get a hold of them. I like the way they did their phone number here. You know, I've done that in certain situations because it keeps the bots or robots or whatever, the trolls, from just spamming you on this kind of stuff. I really, you know, this is something they have to actually punch in, even if they're going to text you. So this is, I personally like this call to action myself. Okay, what do you think? You know, I mean, and there's no right or wrong to any of this. Is that okay? Is it good? Is it pretty killer? I think it's you know, up on the higher end of being pretty good. What was the headline that went with this? Look at this headline though. This is the one that said, "Love to fish," and a couple of punctuations, 0.57 acres of land. Of course, that's how they started off their ad when you opened it up, near the Lake Tansy, and plus much more. I like the body and call to action of this ad, but I really personally don't care for their headline. I don't know that I would even actually have opened this up unless I knew exactly where that lake was, and that's exactly what I was looking for. Then again, there's no right or wrong for this, but just see what you think about this. Let's look at another one here. Trailer, single or double wide, mobile home wanted by me, a regular person without land. You can reach me at blah, blah, blah. Okay, show contact information. I don't know. What do you think of this one? Okay. I personally probably would not contact this person. I wouldn't even look for their contact info. You know who you're dealing with, probably. You know that they're probably not they're not probably a college graduate. Maybe they are. I don't know. And I'm not trying to make judgments, but this is probably somebody I would not want to, be looking to try to deal. If I had a mobile home that I, was looking to sell, I don't know that I would probably get in touch with this person. They don't have land. They're looking for a mobile home. I don't know. That's just me. Maybe, that might be your customer. That wouldn't be me. Well, let's look at the headline. And you probably already guessed, this is the one that says trailer, single or double wide, mobile home wanted by me. Okay. I don't even know if I'd put that in the okay category, but then again, there's no right or wrong. You do whatever you want with, whatever you think about that. It's okay. But just use that. I like to use these for examples when you may want to too, when you're writing your ads. Okay, let's look at this one here. This farm has 160 acres of land and ponds, established pasture land, including fence, water, and grass, ready for cattle, livestock. Some of the land is ready to be cultivated. Gardening, vegetables, fruit are pasture land. 1 16-acre pond and 2 3-acre ponds. Property adjoins a state forest of 7,000 acres of horse riding or hunting. Monthly lease of $2,400 paid annually. Due up front when signing the lease. Property is located in South AI, I guess it's Alabama, it's supposed to be 12 miles from Florida, about 60 miles from beaches. Must provide own living quarters. Contact me for details and ask about contract with livestock company who will provide cattle and pay per pound. Please contact me with any questions. Thank you. Okay, this one here, well, I'd consider this pretty detailed as far as what it is. There's a lot of things I do like about this. It could probably, it gives you looks, kind of what they're looking for, what you're going to get out of it. You got to provide your own living quarters. I guess you would move. Maybe you and that guy from before could get together with your with a mobile home that he's looking for. I don't know. Maybe you could have a renter at the same time. Joking, I guess. But this is very specific. I kind of, it's a good ad for what it is. You wouldn't contact the person. Unless you were being very specific, or if you have more questions. This is, I guess it's okay. As far as that goes, it's not something I would be looking for, but maybe I would. Well, let's look at the headline here. Farm for lease. I personally think this is not really a great headline. I mean, I don't know what you think about that. I don't know if I would have opened that though. I mean, the 160 acres, you got my attention. It's got a lot of stuff. You could use this. This is a business. Looks like it's a business that's basically ready to go. It looks like some of the stuff's already in place for you. If he would have maybe market it to where I would open the ad up looking for a business or looking for something like that, I probably would have opened it more. I don't know. There's a real big chance I would have opened this other than I was just looking for, I like to look and see what other people do. And that's something I do. And I encourage you to do. But this one here, the body and the call to action, I think is better than the actual headline. It just, and that's just me. I think he could have done a little better though. This one here, I just pulled this off of Facebook yesterday, just because I hadn't looked in a while, but I want you to look at this one here. This is exactly what this was off of the marketplace. All this says is, this is his headline right here, for sale, lot 5, block 3. Again, I wouldn't have opened it, except I was looking at stuff because I like to see what other people are doing. Now, in the ad, all it says is Wright City, Missouri. And then he's got a highlighted, plat map up there. I like highlighted plat maps, but I don't know anything about that. Wright City, I kind of know where it's at. I know it's west of St. Louis, but I really don't know much about it. I wouldn't even, there's no contact information. I guess you could go through and, you contact him directly through a message here on Facebook. Personally, I don't, I probably wouldn't have opened the ad to begin with, unless I knew where lot 5, block 3 where it was. And I don't know if you're like me, you may not, unless you're psychic, you wouldn't have known that either. So that's just, I don't I don't think this is a great ad. No pictures, no, of the property. I mean, like we talked about before, you can go get some pictures that somebody of the area, but there's not much that went into this again. And then how much are you paying? Would you even contact this person yourself? I mean, you got to look at it from a buyer's point of view. I don't know that I even contact him. Is this thing $500? Is it $25,000 for this lot? I mean, you don't know what you can do with this lot. There's just a lot of things, a lot of reasons I wouldn't even have probably, even opened this in a normal circumstance. So up to you, whatever you think about this ad. But I personally would not even think this. I guess it's okay. I guess that's how I would put it. In the headline, yeah, there's your headline. It was for sale, lot 5, block 3. All right, crafting a killer ad that sells. The headline is your hook. We talked about that. You got to get them to open it up. Okay, then the body and call to action is your desired results. Okay, what do you want them to do, and what are they going to get out of it? Everybody looks at it, whether even if you try not to, what's in it for me? What are they getting for it? And then, like we talked about, less is more. Keep it short and sweet. As we've kind of looked at some of these different ones, these examples. Again, there's no right or wrong. I encourage you to go out and look at some on yourself. Go on Craigslist today. Get on Facebook and some of the other places out there, and just look and see what's for sale. Go on Zillow and just look at some of this stuff. One of the things that I did when I first started many years ago, I used to go to some of these lake communities, and back then everything was paper. And I would actually get the real estate ads, because I'll tell you what, this is where you can learn, and where I've learned so much is because some of these people are really, really good at writing their ads, and some of them really, really stink. They're just horrible. What I actually did, and I still have some of my folders, because everything I used to do was handwritten. I'd take out what I liked out of each one. It was before I knew less was more, and that's how I created my ads. But I encourage you to do the same. See what you like about stuff. See what you don't like. There's a lot of good people that spend a lot of money on marketing, and they're really good at it. Then again, there's a lot of people that spend a lot of money on marketing, and they're horrible at it. So just, there's really no right or wrong, but are you going to get the results you want and give your buyers the results they want? Everything is result driven in the law, when it's all said and done. And that's really kind of how I've had to look at it over the years. But nothing is really new. Somebody else has already done it, but there's just ways you can take stuff and make it your own. Give you a bonus tip here. And I know JT kind of talked about this last night. Really, what I've learned too is most of the marketing we do is relationship marketing. Why does somebody want to do business with you? You have to look a little bit beyond the numbers. Obviously we need to make money. That's why we're doing this. But if that's your only number one thing that you are looking at, your number one priority, you're not going to have probably as good a results as if you look to help people. Some of the best deals you do are the ones you walk away from. Okay. And I had an appraiser tell me that many, many years ago, and that's been true to this day for me. We talked about doing the win-win-win situations. I really highly encourage you to stick with that and just kind of look at that and keeping the thing simple. That's, the less friction you have for somebody to do business with you and the results, that's really what it boils down to. You want to be clear on who you want and who you don't want to deal with or do business with. If you can exclude most of the people right up front, in my opinion, I think you're going to be better off, and just include only the people. Be very specific on who you want. Kissers, I talk about this a lot and I drive this into the ground, but I still have to remind myself of this all the time. Keep it simple, really simple. It's so easy for us, especially me, but the more the more you want to just tell everybody everything. You really don't want to do that. You need to just, tell them what is the result and how simple is this? The simpler you can make it for somebody to do business with you, and again, remove those friction points, the better off it's going to be for everybody. There's no question down the road. I had somebody, I might have told you this just a few weeks back, and he just wanted to know if I could work with him on his payments that he was making on a property where he built this cabin. I said, well, we have to go by whatever the agreement is. The agreement is very specific. It's very simple. It simply says, in the event that you're in the arrears, after 3 months, you agree to give the property back to me. I just say, we'll work with you for whatever the agreement is. But it's very simple. There's no question of what we're doing here. And the less friction, the less questions you have, the easier it's going to be for everybody. Win-win-win, and just provide massive value. You want to be a person of value rather than a person that's just trying to make money. You can be a great marketer by keeping it simple and just providing value for people. Okay, what's your missing piece? Well, if you guys, I know you guys know this, but if you do go to hourtopower.com, scroll down to the free download that I put together. It's 1,275 killer real estate headlines that sell. I have that free for you. You guys being part of the group here. You do have access, of course, to all that stuff there, but and I'm constantly adding things in there too. That's also something you can and feel free to go ahead and take anything, mix and match stuff out of this. Again, like I said, there's no right or wrong to any of this stuff. Just see what works best for you, because I want you to take what you're learning here from me and from our group. And together we all grow well together, but just make it your own, because when it's all said and done, you're the one that people are coming to for the results that you want and for they want.